Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another 2024 XM. This is the base model for the US market. It is an individual Techno Violet. So Techno Violet, of course, was a color on the E36, E39, and a few other vehicles as well, and disappeared as an individual option until, I think, last year with the 50 Jahre M3, which was available in Techno. And now it's available across most of the lineups, although I haven't been successful in getting an M3 or M4 in Techno, but here we are. So again, apologies for the shakiness of the video. My gimbal, a piece of that broke off somewhere in Texas. So I'm waiting for a replacement on that one. So let's go over this XM. Basically, it's as fully loaded as you can get because everything's basically the same. The only options that you have are the interior, which may or may not cost some money, and Bowers Wilkins sound system. And of course, the XM, you do have to pay for the individual paint. It is $5,500. For the label, you don't have to pay for individual paint. So lots of colors are available, and this is one that I was excited to see. So it's nice to see a purple-ish violet gigantic XM. So again, split headlight design, and we have the illuminated kidney grille with the slats in the horizontal position, which is now the sort of the new thing for M models. XM badging there, outlined in gold. You got the driving assistance pro stuff here. Again, it's standard on the vehicle. It does also include highway assistant, parking cameras. I'll take a step back and take in the XM in Techno Violet, making our way to the side. So we have the style 923M. These are the 23-inch wheels. These ones are in night gold, so it's basically a bicolor. So night gold's been around for quite a bit of time, for at least 2 or 3 model years on various other vehicles as an option on the wheels. But I think it looks pretty good against the Techno Violet. Of course, you do have the black M Sport, because I'm not sure if they're M compound brake calipers. And curiously, for an M vehicle, no cross-drilled rotors. So a little on the unusual side. Of course, there's a plug-in hybrid, so you get a charging port here, XM badging in gold here. Now for the XM, you could also opt for sort of that gold bronze trim around the vehicle. And for the label, it's in red. This is previously known as the label red. Let's make our way to the back here. I think the side view looks pretty good. I think the front is pretty decent. The 3/4 view is also pretty good. I think what's sort of weird and awkward is the rear of the vehicle. It sort of looks like a minivan, but it is what it is. They got the quad exhaust in an unusual position, of course, stacked up. An XM badging, unusual placement. No visible BMW emblem or roundel in the back here, unless you look at the top up here of the glass, etched into the glass. So unusual in that sense. We'll take a step back, and here's that 3/4 view. We'll take in Techno Violet in the sun. We of course have had Techno Violet on the channel before in the guise of the, I think I ordered it in the M3 50 Jahre. But lots of really interesting colors to choose for on the XM. I figure if we're going to get stuck with a lot of these XMs, might as well make them look a little nicer to look at, and having them in usual colors. All right, let's head on the inside, go over all the standard features on this. All right, so opening up, we have the Silverstone and Vintage Coffee leather. So I think if you're getting an XM, you definitely want to make it stand out, especially on the interior. So the black interior is not the way to go. I think it's a secure orange. It's decent. I think the other two options, Silverstone being one of them, and I think it's Blue Lagoon or Lagoon Bay, something like that. That is coming, so we'll have a look at that one hopefully in a few weeks' time, depending, of course, on when this video posts. But the seats are pretty comfortable. You have the XM emblem there that lights up as well. Pretty good bolstering on the seats, and multi-contour as well. So you have adjustments for the powered creme catcher and upper backrest, side bolster support and lumbar support. Again, a miss here, I think. This should be XM. I don't know why BMW did that, just had the M badging there. Why not go with the XM? Then you got more of the vintage coffee leather on the top of the door card. Barrow's wood and sound system, not standard, is an option. Alright, so the inside, your standard M steering wheel. Red M1, M2 buttons for your memory positions. And not carbon fiber inlets on the steering wheel. Very chromey look. We've got the standard stitching on the M steering wheel. In front of me, iDrive 8.5. This is an M mode sport heads-up display, which is also standard. The rest of your curved display with iDrive 8.5 again. It's not like 8.5 in other vehicles. The M version doesn't have the quick select or the staging area. The change is in the climate menu. So it looks just like it was. So it looks just like it is on the iDrive 8.5 cars. And then quick access to heated, ventilated seats and heated steering wheel there. With that little logo or icon. You got carbon fiber trim. The more vintage coffee leather, M badging of course, there on the door card, and then of course the headliner in Alcantara. Alright, so start with the elephant in the room. It's the starting price of the XM, $159,000. Techno Violet, another $5,500, and that Silverstone leather, another $2,500. And there's a credit there for the adapter, even though you get an adapter in the back. I don't know what's going on there. All those other standard features, and then Bowers and Wilkins for another $3,400. All told, MSRP of $171,395. So it's a lot of money. All right, let's go ahead and hop in the back seat. All right, you got more geometric patterns here on the door handle. And of course, I forgot to unlock the doors. There's no comfort access on the back doors. Really weird of BMW to do that these days. And there's the view of the headliner. Sort of like an Alcantara type thing going on there. The feel is about the Alcantara in Silverstone with coffee around it. All right, and you do get on some of the interiors, I don't think it happens with black, but you get these little throw pillows out here with the Silverstone at least, and I think also Secure Orange and the other colors. So you have pillow fights, and of course XM branding on the pillow. But knee room and leg room is really, really generous on the XM. Here's a view of the cockpit for the back seat. And of course, headroom, no issue whatsoever. You have the two climate zones in the back for the back passengers. Got venting over here on the side as well. USB-C ports here in the travel and comfort system here, as well as down below. So 4 ports for the rear passengers. But very comfortable seating arrangement in the back. A nice sort of recline there for the back seats. And then M stitching on the seat belts. Really, really good. Did they make a mistake in going with the XM rather than a dedicated sort of sports car? Probably. But it is definitely bold of BMW to make this thing. All right, so we'll go to the back here. I don't believe kick to open is on this vehicle. It is not. So do the old-fashioned way. So cargo area is pretty decent size, and then you do have a dedicated case for your charging cable. There's no extra storage below the floor. So nice branding on this one, plus tethered to the vehicle with the M stitching on that tether. So it is a plug-in hybrid, so it's a 25.7 kilowatt hour battery. Charging time on level 2 is about 3.5 hours, and looks like I need to put a few things in. All right, so there's a plug-in hybrid. It's 25.7 kilowatt hour battery. Charging time on level 2 is about 3.5 hours. and you get about 30 miles of full electric range. And the combined output of the car is 644 horsepower and 590 torques. We're going to take a look underneath the hood with the S68 4.4 liter V8 twin turbo engine with the hybrid setup. Again, plenty of power, but I think BMW probably should have came out with the label as perhaps the only model of the XM, or at least come out with that one first, given its superior power numbers. But you can consider this as a prototype, if you will, of the next M5, which will also be based upon the same sort of setup here, a plug-in hybrid. So I'm looking forward to see what the M5 looks like, especially the M5 Touring, which is coming to the US market. So if you're interested in that, get your name on the dealer list as soon as possible, because I think that's going to be a car to have. So that's it for a tour of the XM, and we'll see you at the next video.